everybody, Lydia Fiedler here for Hero Arts. Today I'm going to be showing you this amazing alignment tool, Stencil, and what it does with our new looking glass dies. So you can see it's marked for A2 and A6 cards, and it's marked so that you can line up cards in either a portrait or a landscape orientation. And this is the Lighthouse looking glass dies. These dies are so much fun. There's a little series of these that are just amazing. And this alignment tool, I would say it makes it foolproof, but you're going to see me make a mistake. So all of the little tools in the world are no good if you're not paying attention. So what I like to do when I get these Lighthouse dies is just get scraps of copy paper and cut out each one of the dies out of a scrap. That lets me see the different ways that I can layer these dies together, because there's not just one way that they go. And it also lets me sort of figure out what cardstocks I want to use, what I want to use in the openings, if there is an opening in the backdrop. For this one, I wanted this beautiful galaxy paper to form kind of a night sky. So I'll be using an almost A2 card front. My card front is a little bit smaller than an A2. And if you're using a card panel that's a layering size, all you have to do is center it within the A2 guide on the alignment tool. There's also a slimline version of this alignment tool with 3 openings, and you can use that for your slimline cards. Now you can position your cardstock higher or lower. I'm just using it in the portrait orientation with the looking glass window at the top of my card for my little scene. That helps me leave a space for my sentiment at the bottom. So I'll just center this within the A2 outline and then just tape it to the back of the stencil with a piece of Post-it tape. When it's positioned on your card and you know that it's straight and it's taped down, all you have to do is put the looking glass die into the opening. The opening is slightly larger than all of these dies. We also do have square dies that you could cut out your little looking glass scene if you'd like to do that. I'm just using my card to form the base that holds the little looking glass scene. So now I put a piece of tape onto the die, remove the alignment tool, and then I'm ready to go on to the next one. So I'll speed this up a little bit, aligning my card panel again. This ensures that each part of the scene lines up with the previous part. So you can see the little square portion helps me center the sailboat onto the cardstock. And here's where you should cue the horror music, because I'm about to put this die in here upside down. Dun dun dun. It really should go the other way, but as you will see with the piece that I cut out upside down, you can actually use this die 2 ways. You would never find that out if I didn't make a mistake. So see what happened? The trees are coming down from the sky, but I have this little light that's going behind my lighthouse, so I want to make sure you saw that. But what you can see with this one that I cut wrong is you could make the cardstock behind that opening green to form the trees, and then just color the top part blue. See? Problem solved. You really can't do this wrong. Now my little lighthouse I'm going to color with graphite markers, and I'm doing very, very simple coloring on these, and they're beautiful without being colored at all. You can just use colored cardstock. It reminded me of a place that I lived in Maine, and so I wanted to color a little rocky base for the lighthouse and make it red and white striped. Sort of iconic and cute. Here's where I'm starting to realize what I did, because the trees are supposed to go up like that, but you can see the cardstock is in the wrong orientation. But really, look, you could just put green cardstock behind that. It fits perfectly, and it's aligned because I aligned it with the alignment tool. So you could use it either way, but I'm going to recut that piece so that you can see it the way that it was intended. It's my signature move to do things backwards. That's what I do. I've done it on virtually every product that I've worked with, so it's fun to be able to find that it works just as well either way. So I'll color the waves on the sailboat image just in a blue that matches the galaxy paper. I just wanted to make sure those were sort of in harmony, and very simple coloring on the sailboat. And then here is the tree piece in the correct orientation, with the opening being the sky part, and that's what's going to show my galaxy paper. So you can see that through that little window after I colored the tree piece. So I'll show you a quick tip for coloring little tiny trees like this. You will take a lighter green marker. I'm using the graphite markers again because I need a very fine tip for the second part. And just quickly color the trees in a light green. And then just do little squiggle marks horizontally on the trees. And that really makes it look like foliage. And it takes no time at all to color an image like this. And this comes together very, very quickly. So now when I line them up, I can see I need to make the trees go a little bit farther down. And don't worry about the openings in the waves. You can make those little openings darker, so they could be like a dark blue or a black. I'm going to make them sparkly because this is a light up card. I wanted the sparkle to really show when the light was pressed. So right now the green is showing through there, but don't worry about that. You can fix it another way. I'll show you another way if you'd like to do this, and that is just with a piece of tape. So if you just wanted it to be a flat white, just take that same Post-it tape that you used for masking, place that down across the bottom of the trees, and then you'll have white showing through the little waves. But I want my waves to sparkle. So I have a piece of glitter paper here, and I will just cut it to fit behind the waves. This portion of the image, it's pretty straight across the top of the wave portion of the little die cut. So it's easy to just pop a piece of glitter paper back there, just a little scrap, and have it show through the waves but not go up above the water. So I'm just using regular Scotch tape to tape this down. You won't see this. What I've wanted to do with these looking glass dies is do more room between the layers. On this one, I'm going to make the top layer the most distanced, spaced apart layer. But it would be fun to space out all three of them so it has like a little shadow box look. So here's what it's going to look like when it's all together. I just need to cut down my galaxy paper to the card front size. And when I do that, I sort of pick which little star groupings I want to show through that window. I like that really intense little grouping of the stars. So I trim the paper so that those would show behind the sailboat. Now I'm using clear foam tape for the top layer. The clear tape lets the light from the light up portion kind of shine out beyond the edges of the card. It makes it much, much brighter, but also it's thick enough that it will hide the entire mechanism of this little light, and that's so much fun. So I just tape the little wires onto the lighthouse and then kind of roll up the little light and tape that down, and that tape is just the perfect height for that. So this one is ready to go onto the second layer. And like I said, this is going to be the only dimensional layer, so it's distanced a little bit from the sailboat layer. The other two layers I will just put on with glue, just regular white glue. And so those will be flat against each other. The glue also gives you a little bit of time to sort of adjust the layer if you got it a little bit wonky. And now I'll turn the lights off so that I can show you the light up portion. And it's so bright and cute. Such a fun little scene. Now you can put a little press here if you want to. I don't do that on these cards. I just tell people they light up, stick a little note in there and have them press it. So I hope you give these looking glass dies a try. Thanks so much for watching.